going to talk about why our program is a little bit different than most programs and how we set ourselves apart. In the Feel Good program, it's a total wellness program that helps people. We balance hormones. We help people lose weight if that's one of their goals, improve energy, mental focus too. We really reset metabolism.
When we created this, we did it in the way that we would want to be treated if we were the patient.
You know, I'm busy. I don't have time to be going in the doctor's office. I just wanted it to be simple. I wanted to feel good. We're looking at your labs, making sure everything's, looking great and you're feeling great. Welcome to Look Good, Feel Good with Matt and Amy McKinley, the podcast where we bring you expert advice and honest, real talk on health, wellness, and feeling your absolute best. From hormone optimization to aesthetics and everything in between, we're here to help you live your best life. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Look Good and Feel Good with Matt and Amy. I'm Amy.
Hello, I'm Matt, and you might wonder why I wear this hat. It's because I'm bald, and I don't want this light to blind you from the lights.
He's very bald. I love hats. So anyway, today we're going to talk about what kind of sets us apart. It's our Feel Good program. And I'm so excited to talk to you about it today because this program, we created this program to help people feel good, to look good and feel good. And we reset their hormones, improve their energy, lose weight, and finally just feel good again.
Can I tell you why we call it the Feel Good? Because the first few months when I started doing this, almost consistently, I would say at least 9 out of 10 patients, when I interviewed them at first, they would all say, I just want to feel good. So we said, hey, let's call it the Feel Good program. Kind of fun.
Sometimes I think it's kind of funny because I'm like, it's called the Feel Good program because people feel good on it and it's kind of simple.
But it's about hormone optimization. It's what it's all about.
Yep. So if you've ever felt like your body is just kind of working against you, or you're doing everything right and you're still not feeling good or better, this is the episode for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about why our program is a little bit different than most programs and how we set ourselves apart. In the Feel Good program, it's a total wellness program that helps people. We balance hormones. We help people lose weight if that's one of their goals.
Or if they need that to be healthy, which most people do, to be honest with you, usually, because of insulin resistance and other factors.
Helps to improve energy and, mental focus too.
Yeah, we all need better mental focus.
And it helps really reset metabolism and, feel like themselves again. So tell us, Matt, a little bit about what's in the program itself.
All right. Kind of to kick it off, to get things started, we do a very comprehensive lab panel. I'll briefly describe it, but it's going to really get you what you need. We're going to look at your blood cells. We're going to look at your kidney and liver function. We're going to look at your cardiac health, your heart health. We're going to look at a diabetes evaluation for insulin resistance. We're going to look at all of your hormones, including thyroid, testosterone, estradiol, progesterone, free testosterone, sex hormone binding globulin. We're going to look at vitamin B12 levels. We're going to look at vitamin D levels. And also inflammatory markers. Inflammation plays a huge role. After we do that panel, we sit down with you for probably 45 minutes and go through the labs in detail because we want you to learn it and understand it. You are the CEO of your health. No one else is. No one else can take care of you like you. We're here to help you and be a coach.
And I think it's educating the patient too. And a lot of times I'll say, listen, I care if you do the program, but at the same time, I want you to be educated because a lot of times you're going to be more educated than your actual doctors out there or providers that are taking care of you. I want you to understand thyroid and I want you to understand testosterone and also hormones and the differences. And so if I can educate you, you can take that information and go on and educate other people. So that's
exactly. And the fun part is each program is customized for each individual. So what I take might be different from Steve. Just throwing out random names. It's customizing it to get you to your optimal levels, not just what looks good on a piece of paper. So we'll look at balancing your hormones or optimizing your hormones. And then certainly with weight loss, that's another concern. Weight loss affects, not just looking good. That's probably the bottom on my list. Weight loss is going to be great to balance your insulin resistance, your cardiovascular health, risk factors for death, including obesity. And as you lower your weight and it gets into a perfect level, everything is healthier and you feel so much better mentally as well, not just from a physical standpoint.
So what else is included? So included is your lab work. You were just talking about how you go over the labs. So
Yep.
that's included in the program. Also, there's some medications that were delivered, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about the package that delivered to your house.
Yep.
Also, personalized coaching or clinic visits. In the first year, we usually do about 4 to 5 office visits a year to make sure we're getting you optimized. And so labs tests are included in the program itself too.
This lab panel I was discussing, it's included. And to be honest with you, we priced it out. It's a $2,400 lab panel.
Well, and I remember paying about
insane.
$1,200 about, gosh, 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I was paying $1,200 out of my pocket. And that was one reason why when we came up with our program, the cost had to be, it had to be somewhere, the labs had to be actually into the program itself. So anyway.
Yeah, we incorporate that in so it's not such a hit. You know, it's important. Some of my favorite visits are 6-month labs because people are not only feeling better, looking better, but then we get to see what's happening on the inside.
Yeah. So every month, like I was talking about, a box gets delivered to your house. And this is the one thing that I kind of liked that set us a little bit apart from other programs is we had pre-filled syringes. So with my struggle, I guess, with the programs that I've done before in the past is I did the testosterone pellets and I'd have to go in every 3 months. I thought, well, actually, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go in every 3 months. They never gave me a follow-up. I wasn't sure. Was I supposed to call them? They called me. I just wasn't sure if it was supposed to am I supposed to I didn't know. There was no
specific dates.
Yeah.
You just kind of get lost in the shuffle.
And so I would always feel really good right after I got the pellets, like 2 weeks into it. And now looking back, that's probably where I felt good at. And so that's probably where I should have kept my levels at. But after 2 weeks, I didn't feel great. I have scars all in my butt from all the insertions of the testosterone pellets because it's a pretty large little, they call it a trocar, goes into the subcutaneous fat. And usually you suture it up or put it'd be a little steri strip over the top of it. But anyway, it's a procedure. So anyway, I just got sick and tired of all of that. So what's nice about our program is they're pre-filled as syringes that are tailored to you. So testosterone is also pre-filled and we teach you how to do your own injections. So they're sub-Q injections. Doesn't have to be IM, guys. Everyone thinks that they inject testosterone IM or intramuscular, deep, long injection. Sub-Q, right?
Yep, right under the skin.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about the way we do it, and I think this is so important to understand, we can adjust those doses all the time and when needed to where we get you feeling the best. And then we want to keep it there instead of having you suffer like, oh, I felt great for 2 weeks. Now I'm crappy. We're going to get you feeling great and keep you there.
Yeah. So we usually just base it off how patients feel and we dose it to them. We also have pre-filled, typically vitamin D injections. A lot of us are vitamin D deficient, even if we're taking it as a daily supplement. We're deficient. And sometimes we don't absorb it right. So vitamin D injections typically is what we put in our kit. Also vitamin B12 and lipo, which is more of can you explain what vitamin,
Lipo
what are our vitamin B12 is a little different than most B12s.
Yeah, it is. So I think this is optimized. So it's a B12 injection combined with about 6 other water-soluble vitamins, including 4 other B-complex vitamins that are fantastic for energy. And I'm talking about more sustained energy, not something that you have this huge lift and then a crash. It's more sustained energy over time. So that's why it's called lipo B12 because it's got a lot more than B12 in it.
Yeah. So those are our 3 injections. They're usually weekly injections. They're delivered to your home with DHEA, which is another hormone we optimize and check for on our labs. But these are delivered to your home and it's convenient because you don't have to come into the office to get the injections. We teach you how to do your own. And people that are scared to give injections, we teach you how to do it and make it not scary at all.
Yeah, and DHEA, just to touch on that for a second, it's a hormone that helps regulate cortisol, which is our stress hormone. And there's a couple of types of stress. There's stress that we all have with deadlines and the rush and hurry of life, but there's also physiologic stress that our body systems go through. So DHEA is very important and sometimes overlooked. We like to optimize those levels as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, why we created this program, it was just easy, simple, I mean, that's what I was looking for in a program. And selfishly, I kind of created it for me.
Basically, well, and what we wanted to, when we created this, we did it in the way that we would want to be treated if
Yeah.
we were the patient.
Yeah. I'm busy. I don't have time to be going in the doctor's office every 6 weeks or I just wanted it to be simple and I wanted to feel good, so we made it easy to follow. It was convenient to manage, keep you structured. You're coming back in about every 3 months or by phone call. For the first year, we want to make sure you're doing okay. Every 6 months, we're getting lab work. We're looking at your labs, making sure you're looking okay. Like I said, we don't treat labs however we treat you, but we want to make sure everything's okay. And, lining up, make sure you're not getting too much vitamin D and everything's, looking great and you're feeling great.
Yeah, we do a very structured follow-up appointment. It's not like, hey, call us if you need anything.
Yeah.
Although we want you to do that, absolutely. We schedule a 2-week follow-up with our patient success coordinator. That kind of kicks things off to make sure things are going well. If you're having any issues or side effects, you let them know so we can address it right away. Then there's a follow-up with us as providers at about 2 months. I call that, as a football analogy, the first quarter changes or first quarter adjustments if needed. Sometimes we don't need to adjust anything. But then at 6 months, like Amy mentioned, we do that complete lab panel. Then at 9 months, another short follow-up to make sure we're on track. And then at 12 months, the next lab panel will follow up. So we're really getting you dialed in over that first year. Then after that, we still do a follow-up about every 6 months with repeated labs.
Yeah, what sets this, I think, is different from most clinics is basically it's simple. You're not driving around picking up medications. There's a few medications we do call into the pharmacy, but it's nice that you have a box delivered to your house and everything's in it. And it's just so nice that you don't have to, it takes the thinking out. You don't have to draw anything up. They're already pre-drawn for you. So you're just taking the injection out of the kit. There's usually typically four injections so one a week typically is what it is.
4 injections per month or once per week.
Yeah. And, we teach you how to do it. We teach you how to do your own injections. And, we have regular check-ins, we have lab work every 6 months, like Matt said. So we keep our patients on track. And that's really what I think our patients, that's what I've wanted. And that just keeps it easy. It keeps you on track. You don't fall through the cracks. And that's kind of what I really wanted for our clinic and what we've done to our Feel Good program.
Yeah, and really is because people become more consistent in life. Whatever you do, if you want to get good at something, you have to be consistent. I don't care if it's being a librarian. I don't care if it's being a doctor. I don't care if it's being an athlete or a mom or a dad. You have to be consistent. And when you get consistent, you have better results. Yeah. And also compliance. Compliance is a big deal, and that's why we make it easy.
Yep.
So it's easier for patient to be compliant. So men and women are feeling just physically stronger, mentally stronger, and in better shape.
More confident, better marriages, relationships. We kind of talked about another episode about how that is helping relationships, and hormones will do that. But it's just been fun, that this program has helped so many people's lives. And like I say, we try to keep it simple and easy because that's what we would want because we're busy people. We're not just another program. I don't feel like we are. We, especially with our weight loss program, it's one of those where we don't just focus on, the medication itself. We focus on why and really help people out that way.
Yeah, this is super key because all the time, not all the time, but people will come in and say, hey, I don't want to just take a shot. And I say, good, because this is not a magic shot. This is designed to help you reset your life, reset your insulin resistance, reset your patterns. So we focus on 3 major things. So, let me back up. Tirzepatide is the key medication that we use, but we rarely updose it from the lowest dose because people just don't need to if they're doing their part. We insist that you do your part with this program because we're not just going to keep giving you more medicine. So we use tirzepatide and also B12 lipo injections on our weight loss program, which we talked about. But really the 3 keys to success in our weight loss program, number 1, we're big proponents of intermittent fasting, how that really helps reset your body. A lot of times we eat because we are having cravings and not because we're hungry. Tirzepatide helps tremendously with diminishing cravings. It also makes your body feel full quicker when you eat, and it digests your food slower, so you feel more satisfied. You're not as hungry as often. Number 2, it's very important to eat a well-balanced, clean diet, and we discuss that with each patient. I usually ask people, in your terms, what does a clean diet look like? So we discuss that. And then the third thing, and this is a big shocker, you're probably going to be blown away by this, but the third thing is exercise.
Well,
but wait, not just exercise, with resistance training. And that's one thing we hammer home is resistance training, because it's key to retain all of your lean muscle mass while you lose body fat.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where looking at our program, we're a little different. We're looking at the full picture. We're looking at hormones. We're looking at metabolism. We're looking at inflammation, and we're adjusting as we go. I think that's important. You're not just a one-time treatment. We adjust and fix as we go. And you always know what to do next. Your medications will arrive at your house. And if you ever have any questions about anything, we have, you can call or text us. I always tell my patients you can call or text us. Your labs are scheduled for your next lab draw, and your provider, is always staying in touch. And like I say, you can always be in touch with us. It's a wellness with the system, and I say it works.
Okay, so Amy, since you're a woman,
yeah,
and I'm not, tell me this. What are some of the things you hear from your women on the program, why it works for them?
I think a lot of times women, a lot of them are perimenopause or menopause, and, things have just changed. And it's kind of been slow. It hasn't happened overnight. It's slow change. They just don't feel like themselves. And they'll just say, I just want to feel more energy. I want to feel better. I want to feel good.
Feel good.
Feel good. And that's what I hear a lot of times. And so we're getting them optimized on what they feel good on with their testosterone, estradiol, thyroid, progesterone. Sometimes I use metformin. Sometimes we put them on tirzepatide. It just depends on the patient. But they feel better. They feel like more themselves. They feel better than they do now than they did in their 20s or 30s sometimes.
And it's what they need, not what a cue card says they might need. And with men, it's great to see them feel better with confidence, more assertiveness, getting their strength back, not just physically, but mentally.
Yeah.
Increased energy. I have a lot of guys that will come in and say, man, I get home from work and I just want to crash.
Yeah.
Now they're like, dude, I'm out playing with my kids. I'm out working in the shop. I just feel so much better. And that drives self-esteem and confidence. That's a big thing. And also, sex drive is huge. Getting testosterone levels appropriate for men and women, it leads to better intimacy. And that's a big part of a marriage.
So if you're tired of quick fixes and that don't stick, and you're overwhelmed by doing it all on your own, that's where the Feel Good program was built for you. And everything is set up for you to succeed. The meds are delivered to your home, which is a big one for me. I don't have time to go run to the pharmacy, or I just go into the doctor's office to get injections. I just don't have time. And knowing when to go back in for my labs. The syringes are pre-filled. They're just grab and go. There's simply weekly injections, which get your levels up correctly and make you feel good at that. So, we have check-ins, we have labs, coaching. And so I just think it's the perfect system.
Well, and I think one of the most important things is the connection that we get with people. We don't ever want you to feel like you're just a number with us, because you're not. Yeah. We really care. In fact, I got to share one thing. I was at a business meeting and I was presented the question. He said, how has your business been so successful this quickly? And I thought about it and I didn't have a very quick answer. I was like, well, what are we doing right? But then it came to me and I gave him my answer and I said, because we really care about our patients.
So thanks for tuning in for Look Good, Feel Good with Matt and Amy. We appreciate everything. And if you have anyone that needs to listen to this, or you're interested in the Feel Good program, drop us a comment or...
Yeah, just send it to people that have gone through things that you're going through. Let's make their life better as well.
Thanks, guys.